Hey everybody, welcome to School of City Skyline School of City Skylining. And I'm your host, Donovan. Now today I will be teaching you how to play City Skylines. Because you're a fucking retard who doesn't know how to play and can't figure it out. So I'm here to teach you. Oh, here we are. It's I'm tired, hang on. Okay, my yawn died halfway through. Anyway, so we're here in Santa Vegas. And it's a map Diamond Coast. Now, first thing you're gonna want to do is get your 2-lane road and just build one of these $40 roads right here. You can delete it afterwards, it don't matter. But this is to unlock the roundabouts and shit, which you just kind of want to plop down right away. Plop that down right away and demolish these 4 things. You will notice that my streets have names. Oh, that's because I have mass transit. Your game will not look like this unless you have mass transit. Same thing with these guides, these zoning guides and everything. But you know, you don't have to worry about that. Now, we're gonna want to bring 2 roads, 2 one-way roads out like that. These arrows point to which way the directions of the highways and the one-ways are flowing, right? You're gonna want to we're gonna go to large roads. You're gonna want to pick a spot in the roundabout. I tend to go just about here. You're gonna want to bring that out. I'm gonna say about that. And you're gonna want to get another one, go on another side, and bring it far away from that. Here's going to be your residence, here's going to be your industry, alright? You're going to go over to your side you've selected for industry, and you're going to ploop that down right there. The reason it's so far away is because it causes pollution, and we don't want that. I'm going to select power lines, bring it over, across the highway. No, in the beginning we're not focused on beauty. It's gonna be ugly. Sometimes I'll take some bigger roads, but for the sake of this, I'm gonna take some of these little roads. And if you're new, definitely start out with the grid. Which, well, you're watching this video, so yeah, you're pretty new. You're watching a video on how to play the game. You're new, bud. So we're gonna make a grid here. Very basic. It's not the best way to control traffic, but it's the simplest thing to set up. And for new players, it makes the game a lot easier to understand. And I mean, it's not a bad form, it's just not the best. Like, super blocks are way better, but do you guys know what a super block is? Do you honestly say you can know what a super block is? Now, we gotta get some water here. You're gonna want to do that. Hook up a water tower. Or water pump. However, I'm not gonna be doing that. Get a sewage pipe. Hook that up. Now, if we were using a water pump, these arrows on the water represent the flow, or the direction of the flow of the water. So this sewage pipe here, if we put the pump here, it'll be sucking up sewage, polluting the drinking water and killing our citizens. So we always put it upstream. Always. Okay, now we're ready to start zoning. After I bring the electricity over the highway again and down here. Make sure everything's powered. Now, for real, this time we're ready to start zoning. Let me just fill in some of these little areas. Always start by making sure that this little power hookup is started, because buildings always spring up where if there's a nearby power hookup that's hooked up. And right now we're just covering the basics, so we're not going to talk about the very complicated stuff. Nothing too complicated. You'll see that this isn't powered right now. Let it go. It's fine. We're going to want to wait till this builds up a little bit, so then we can get a cheap discount on that. Hang on, I got a drink. Now's a good time to explain your HUD, or heads-up display. Now, in the corner, you'll see, the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the time. Right? You can start, stop it, and set it to 3 speeds. You can set it to slow, medium, or fast. These 3 speeds just determine how much time you have to react to things, and general rule of thumb, keep it on 3. Because look how slow the game goes when it's on 1. So yeah, the date really doesn't matter, it's just a way to keep track of your info view panels, which we're not going to cover too in depth. Next up is your city treasury. Right? Your city treasury currently has $8,000 in it. And the little red numbers next to it is our cash flow. If it's green, that means it's positive cash flow. If it's red, that means it's negative. So we want to keep that on green. In the middle, you have your city name. And then next to it, we have our population count. Currently at 232. And the number next to it is our weekly population growth. Or decline. Then we have our little smiley face, which lets you know the general happiness of the city. Next to that, we have our 3 demand bars. Now, the green is residential demand. This is your low and high density residential zoning. High density doesn't unlock till later. The blue is your commercial. Your low and high density commercial zones respectively. Your industry is represented by the orange. Now, we have regular factory job industry and then office zone industry. Factory jobs, I'm going to zone a bit over here, cause pollution, and they don't require you to be educated. So you don't need schools in the city to operate factory jobs. Excuse me, I zone some commercial. Alright, office zones, they produce no pollution, no noise. Which means my next little thing here. Now, and that other thing's the temperature. We're not going to worry about that because that's part of an expansion pack. Info view panels. This is your electricity panel. Shows you the electricity grid. Electrical grid. And let's run down what that is. So, up there we have a bar. If it's in yellow, that means we could use with a bit more power. If it's in green, that means we're good. Also, these cunts don't have water. I'm a great teacher, trust me. Alright, here's your water availability. The consumption is currently at about 6.5 cubic meters of water a week, and we produce 60,000. It's about the same number as sewage, just the draining capacity is double. Water tanks, again, part of a expansion. Go down to noise here. There are several things in the game that produce noise. Commercial zoning produces noise, hence why late game, when you have high density, you're going to want to put offices between your commercial and residential to ensure they don't get sick from noise pollution. Speaking of which, pollution, as you see, it's indicated by the brown. Brown buildings are producing pollution, while the brown radius around the buildings indicate their ground pollution. This is the drinking water pollution, which will stay at 0 because we don't have a pump downstream. Natural resources we are not going to get into right now, because that's more advanced stuff. You just need to know how to set up. Now, commercial and industry. They import and export goods. More so input. So there would be high traffic to this area because they're importing goods. And also high traffic to this area because they're importing agricultural products, ore products, oil products, and the forestry products. Now we can make these here, but that's, again, with more advanced features. This is all stuff from DLC. Traffic. This shows you how much traffic is on a given road. Right now our traffic's pretty good. It's average traffic flow 95%. Not sure if that's part of the mass transit DLC or what. It might be, I don't know. I've never really paid attention to this panel. But as you can see, these roads here down by the commercial zone are a slight bit red, indicating that there's higher traffic there than over here in the residential roads. Now, the higher amount of traffic is on a given road, the more noise pollution it makes. Keep that in mind. It'll be useful. Land value. This is increased by using parks and leisure buildings. Also by just, building. But here, waterfront property is automatically more valuable than anywhere else. However, if there's pollution, it takes away from the land value. So yeah. Population, that's yeah, really don't need to know too much about that. But as you can see, right now, if we look at our demand panel, we need more residents. More people want housing in the city. So we have to respond appropriately by zoning more residential zone. I'm also going to prepare for future zoning by zoning out a bit more commercial, right? Now, if you look, we're making $200, almost $300 a week. That's good. That means we're gaining money, and we won't have to worry about it. Yes, perfect. Okay, so now we've reached our first milestone, which is where we can introduce some more complex features like services. We now can adjust our tax rates, giving us more or less income. General rule of thumb is keep it around 12-13%. Loans is just money we take out instantly. And we'll talk about garbage, healthcare, and education next. So, garbage. First, you're going to start off with the landfill site, but after you hit a certain amount of people, you will get an incineration plant. Now, how these guys work, they will just send out garbage trucks to go off around the city and collect garbage. No, this doesn't hold up traffic. Look, right now he's collecting garbage. He doesn't even have to stop. He only occasionally stops when he has to pick up a bigger load. Healthcare. This is arguably one of the most important things here, because this one person gets sick and you don't have enough healthcare coverage, your average health is going to spiral down out of control. Everyone's going to get sick. Ambulances will flood the streets, causing huge traffic jams, not letting ambulances get through. And, well, there's a video on my channel. You've seen it before. Actually, still gaining views to this day. It's like a 2-year-old video. What the fuck? Anyway, education. This is what'll get people out of those factory jobs. Now, if you look up, we have 100% of people uneducated. That means they've never attended and graduated any type of school. Educated is they attended and graduated elementary school. Well educated is they attended and graduated elementary and high school. And highly educated is they attended and graduated high school, elementary school, and college. I don't know why I said it like that. Don't worry about it. The higher the education level, right, the less people will go to work here, the more will work in higher level commercial zones, as well as higher level industry. And more people will also work in offices. So now we are getting more demand for residential zoning, but we don't have enough street. So we have to expand again. We're going to go out in the same kind of grid pattern. Get it right. Oh, why are we oh. Now, I'm not sure if this is base game, but that's a school. We can't build through the school. These dots show where the zoning will line up. Oh, we don't actually have enough money. I guess it's from putting in all the services. But these dots show where the zoning will align to be perfect with no space in between. That's this little angle is just how much of an angle it's on. It's pretty simple, really. And this circle is how big the zone is around it. That will be the zoning. Zoning is where you can place buildings, just to be clear. So for now, we'll put down more residential zoning. But with more residents, that means we have to place new pipes. So in go the new pipes to cover David Bowie Street? Oh no, it's Davies Boulevard. Okay. Nice. I'm very thirsty, I'm sorry. Now, here's a good opportunity to show off the loan system. We don't have enough money to build as much as we'd like. So, we're going to go to the economy panel. We're going to go over to loans, and we're going to take out a loan. Now, there's payment left, $20,000. Right, that's how much the loan is for. The plan is 52 weeks, so you'll pay it back over 52 in-game weeks with 5% interest. $403 is the weekly cost. Time left, 52 weeks. That's how many weeks of payment you have left, for a total of $21,000. Now, taxes, we can change these. We're going to put these up to 15 just to show you. I usually keep them about 12, 13. But you see, when we go to 15% on these residential taxes, wait for it. Come on. Alright, well, you know what? I'll show you in a bit, but when they actually start doing the thing. Okay, we're gonna go build this city up a bit. Get more residential streets in. Get more people in. That's a weird angle. Oh my god, road, what are you doing? Well, they're actually not complaining. Well, usually what happens is they complain that the taxes are too high, so you have to respond and lower them. Or else they'll start moving out. We'll put more commercial zoning there. It looks like our industrial zone is there. These are complaint bubbles. Right? You can click on a building and look at that yellow/red bar at the very top to see what they're complaining about. Right now they're complaining that the taxes are too high. I'm pretty sure this is an info panel view from the mass transit. So you'll have to take action, and in this case we have to go to our taxes panel, turn it down to 12% on normal level, and watch as the complaint bubbles disappear. Now those little bubbles, that means they're growing. And let's see if we can, yeah, that bubble right there, that means people have just moved into that house. Anyway, now it's time to go and expand our industry. Now we're gonna want to be careful. Oh hey, we're Worthy Village. Alright, now we have districts, which unlocks some more complicated features. Which I think we're gonna stop after we hit, what's it called? Tiny Town. We're gonna stop after we hit Tiny Town. Because that's basically all the basics you need to know to run the game. We'll put out another video covering intermediate and advanced game stuff. Because I'm just trying to give you a basic rundown of the services and shit. So industry, they're more prone to traffic jams. Because, well, it's industrial traffic. There's more of it. There's a lot bigger trucks. They're also very prone to being set on fire. Which, I forgot the stuff here. Which is, our next service we're talking about. So, fire, it's very simple. Fire hazard, or buildings that have a high likelihood of being caught on fire are displayed in red, while buildings that have a low likelihood of fire are displayed in bluish green tones. Basically, the buildings closest to the firehouse are safest, while the buildings farthest away are not as safe. There are some buildings that cannot be caught on fire, like this here. Cannot be caught on fire unless using some outside natural disaster method, but that's DLC. This can also not be caught on fire. Roads cannot burn. Trees in the default game can also not burn. Police works about the same way as fire do, except their coverage is a bit better. Basically, the crime rate is lower closer to the police station and higher the farther away you go. High coverage is in blue, or low crime rates are in blue, where high crime rates are in greenish red. So, you know, that's that. Now the jails, yes, this you probably not ever have to really worry about. But if you look, there's a bar, jails availability. Detained criminals, that's how many we have. We can only store 20 at the time, because we only have one tiny police station. Just make sure we have enough room to store all the criminals, or else the crime rate's gonna go up. Which will make people unhappy, and then people will leave. Now, unique buildings, these are all locked at the start of the game. All of them look like this. I just have a lot of them unlocked because I played the game. See, like, you'll have to click on them. It will tell you what you do. Like, this one you have to fill 7 cemeteries. This is DLC. Don't worry about that. Okay, don't worry about a lot of these, but, here. 15,000 children in elementary schools. Fill 3 cemeteries. Build 10,000 squares of industrial zone. That's all things you do, and we're gonna place one down here. Let's place down the Lazaret Plaza. Now, let's check out this overlay. That red circle closest to the plaza is the noise pollution zone. This is where all the noise will be polluting, and it'll be at the highest there. The green zone around it is the happiness zone. That's how far away it'll make people happy and increase the land value. Alright. See, what's a cheap one? Okay, that's a bit expensive. 10,000, 17,000, 25. Alright, we'll go to 10,000 one. After we get some more money. And just sit here for a minute and drink my water. We're making good money in a week. 1,800 a week. Almost 1,900, or $3 off of 1,900 a week. There we go, there's 1,900. And the income's going up. And so is our population count. Both are things we want to see going up. Now, there's several things that can cause them to go down, but we'll get to that in the next video. Alright, now, I'm gonna go right here, we're gonna place that down. That made all those people happy in that circle. Now, once you place one of these, we can't place 2 of them. Alright? So there can only ever be one of these unique buildings at a time. Now, we can move these buildings around. So if I place it there, I don't want it there anymore, I can move it. Go to the inspector tool, click on it, go to the relocate building, and we can move it anywhere for a small fee. Okay. We're gonna quick cover districts. So districts, you go to your zoning and districts panel, over to this districts painting tool, and we can select from small, medium, or large brushes. Let's say I want to make this little thing have a no smoking policy, so you're not allowed to smoke here. I'll zone around it, paint it in, go to my inspector tool, we're gonna go to districts, and then go over to our district policies. Now here are all the policies we can select. At the top you'll see a different description based on the policy of what it does, what it costs. So we're gonna go down to a smoking ban. Make a choice between healthier lifestyle and civil liberty if you want to make your citizens healthier, but some people will surely be high-strung. Increases your health, decreases your happiness. Both by slight. Now, things like this power usage, energy conservation is important, and the best way to do it is by installing energy meters in building. Moderately reduces our energy consumption, sorry, but it costs 5 cents more per building, which doesn't sound like much, but when you're getting in the big cities, that can cost thousands. So we're gonna turn it on. Taxation, we don't need to worry about that right now. This is all football stuff. Alright then. Well, I hope you found this beginner's guide to City Skylines at least somewhat helpful. Keep in mind this is only beginner level stuff up to the population of 1600. Next time we get in the intermediate stuff up to population probably about 10,000. Thank you all for watching. Hit that like button. Give me a sub, cause come on, man. I'm teaching you how to do it here. I deserve something, even if it's just a like. All right, just please help a nigga out. Anyway, this has been School of Skitty Skylining. I've been your professor, and I'll see you next week. Maybe. I don't know. Bye.